you know, since '89, 90. You know, I am professional, and I think that's a lot of it too. We have to, people have to realize that we are professionals. And distribution is easy too. I mean, distribution, it's just, and some people don't want to play the game. They don't want to follow the distributors' guidelines. You know, they need books done a certain way. They need them produced at a certain amount of time. And if you are an artist and you know you want to make a comic book series and you're comfortable with making one book or 2 books a year, the distributors aren't willing to carry that. But if you're willing to you know to work years in advance and make a certain number of books that you can then offer them. Here are my books. I have a 4-issue miniseries. This is what I want to do, and they're more apt to accept it. But then again, it comes down to quality. Can they sell it? Do they believe that they can sell it? You know, because that's what it's all about. You want someone to buy it. I digress. I'm sorry. Yeah. Can you answer your question? Okay. Answer your question. I think you had a question.
Oh, yeah. Are you, or have you, or any of you looking to go into cartoon animation with your work?
Open to everything.
Yeah, we're open to it. Yeah, I mean, I have no plans for it right now. But if someone's open to making an animation or whatever, that I'll be open to that. I have no plans myself going into animation. Yeah. No.
Well, you know, the thing is, I think nowadays, well, for one, I think like the challenge of doing your own project, the challenge of completing a good block of work. That alone is challenging, and so you know, with getting that out of the way, you hope to be able to channel your projects into other projects so that it all sustains itself. So, and like nowadays with the comic book industry being you know, the links to the movie industry, the gaming industry, you know, a lot of it's merging. A lot of it's merging. So, you know, I would think that like for Steve and Lamar's, you know, hopefully, you know, someone you never know who's going to see your product.
Try to maybe gear it towards them.
Yeah.
Yeah. We won't, and so by going to conventions and like San Diego and New York Comic Con, there are people that are there that may be looking for comic book properties that could lend themselves to an animation or movie. And then, you know, if they're interested, then maybe they'll be more on board to, I guess, kind of consulting or whatever with the project. But that's something I have from as far as doing the animation itself or the film itself. You know, I don't really do that. I can do storyboards for all of the book. As far as doing animation, that's not working. I'm not really trained for that. I mean, I do some level, but I don't know.
Is that an interest of yours in terms of doing animation, or?
No, I have a friend who couldn't be here today. He's very highly interested in making a comic book, black comic book. He's into graphic art design, and so I was actually just curious if you guys are interested in cartoon. But for someone who is looking into making comic books and from a graphic design perspective. I know you said that 4 years in advance and have a few series already.
Well,
probably.
not 4, but it.
Well,
monthly comics are made. Would you say 4 to 6 months in advance?
It depends on.
Oh, 4 to 6.
Right.
I mean, DC could do that from time to time. Marvel's like to nail wire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way Now Comics was. When I worked there, you wrote a script in 3 to 5 days. It was drawn in 12 to 15, colored overnight, and at the printers. That's the way, and that was the way it was every single month. And yeah,
That's so back in the day stories, right?
Yeah. So I learned, you really want to make everything, because the more in advance you make your comic, the more in advance your book is. If there are problems that arise, you have plenty of time to see problems remedied. I had my book Purge, the second issue, everything was done. The second issue spent close to 8 weeks at the printer, and it completely derailed the release schedule. And there were all these problems with the printer that it completely just shut down the book's shipping dates. It didn't meet any of the shipping dates, and it was at that point, what do? You have to get it out, but it makes it makes readers nervous when your book doesn't come out on schedule or on a regular schedule. It makes the distributors nervous. It affects everyone's pocketbook, and that's the bottom line. So you really just want to have things done in enough time so that any problem that arises you can deal with. But if your book is at the printer for 2 months when it should have only been there for 3 to 4 weeks, nothing you can do about it. That's just and then the printer sends your books. The printer sends your books to the distributor, and the distributor's books to you. And the distributors, it won't take the extra books, so that's work for them. They send them right back, and then so you have to count out the order numbers and send those books yourself to all of their distribution centers. I've seen that happen before too, and it's. I think some people once making comics becomes actual work, they balk at it because it is a job. You can't sit around and think, oh, I don't feel like drawing today. Especially if you're just a penciler. Oh, I don't feel like drawing today. You can't do that, because if you don't get your job done, then the inker who comes after you can't get their job done. Then the colorist who's waiting, on your pages can't get their job done, and you derail everything. So it's being prepared is everything. That's it. And you never know what's going to happen, but the more prepared you are, the easier it'll be for you to rectify situations and still make your deadlines. Because deadlines that's the all important thing.
Oh yeah.
That's what I put on my resume, or when I talk to editors, I always tell them, I meet my deadlines, and their eyebrows arch. Oh yes, I meet my deadlines, whatever you want.
Okay, once you have your book completed, what are the resources available to getting it printed and out there?
Oh, well, there are a number of services for printing. There's also, I think my new favorite is print on demand, where, if you have, if you're doing a show like the Black Age, 2009.
That's right.
2009. Like the Black Age, and it's a 3-day show, but you're only going to need 20 books, or that maybe that's your low estimate. You can actually print as few as 1 book with printing on demand, as opposed to a larger printer who may require you to print as many as 2,000 copies 3 times before they'll even take your contract. Yeah, but yeah, there's Lulu. There are all kinds of, and it's not just comics. If you have a novel or a short story, there are all these printers, printing on demand companies that can package your product for you and get you an IS,